Today we're going to go with some vintage 4x4s to Rattlesnake Gulch. We'll follow Rattlesnake Gulch up to Toquerville Falls. The Rattlesnake Gulch follows the Laverican Creek. You start out at the Laverican gun range and drop down that hill and come down to the creek bottom. There's lots of water crossings and interesting climbs and things on this trail. It's quite enjoyable. This Jeep here belongs to Dave Delight. It's being driven today by Jeff Petrovich. Dave and Jeff traded Jeeps. Dave's Jeep he calls Rusty is a CJ3A. There's Dave and Jeff's 43 Willys MB he calls Bam Bam. Here's our new friend Tim in his Land Rover, and I don't know anything about Land Rovers. This is sometime in the 50s Land Rover. He calls that one Penalty Box. Friend Jesse is in also an early 50s Land Rover, and our friend Ryan kind of in the odd man out a little bit in his 2023 Jeep JL. This is kind of an interesting spot. This little rock ridge right here, I think some of the locals are calling it the Hippopotamus rock because it kind of sticks up like a hippopotamus's back and catches the bellies of some rigs. Our little rigs can kind of get over it if we take it at a little bit of an angle and pop over. Once you get over Hippopotamus rock, you go around this big cube-shaped rock. Here's Tim in the Penalty Box, coming around the rock. If you come around tight to the rock like this, you have to go around this tree. You can't really tell in this video, but it's quite off camber right here and kind of dumps you down into that tree. So Tim has to be careful here not to get his top into the tree.
You're clear.
There's Jesse and Sweet Pea coming around.
Well, cleared your top.
Ryan in his JL he calls Maverick didn't want to make that tight turn, so we went out farther in the creek, and the Hippopotamus rock is a little bit taller.
You're right on your frame right there, and your A-arm or whatever it is hanging back. Might have to pull you off. This is a famous spot that Matt has to come and rescue people off this rock all the time. I don't know. Yeah, I think if you just go straight up the creek and then turn right rather than making that turn around that tree. But I don't know, can you get off of that?
We did get him off that rock and going.
Oh yeah.
This is the same crossing from the other direction. This is late in January in the Hurricane Toquerville area of southwest Utah. Still quite cold. You can see the ice there on the creek. It was a beautiful day that day. In the shade of the creek bottom, the ice stayed frozen quite a while. This video is mostly about our little vintage rigs and how they do on the trail, but I do like to show Ryan in his JL from time to time, just because we love Ryan and he's part of our group, and also because I think it's interesting to look and compare how the big heavy rigs handle different situations as compared to our smaller lightweight rigs. At several points on this trail, there's no place to go but right up the creek, the Verkin Creek. Like I said, this was in late January. There had been some rain and snow in the area in the last week or two, so the creek was a little bit murky. You couldn't see the obstacles or rocks or what have you under the water very well. Sometimes they'd sneak up and grab you. I've driven this trail when the water was totally clear and you could see everything you were facing, but not this day.
Spring this time. Go more passenger.
Well, Jeff went right through there with my Jeep. I can't drive his, I guess.
This is kind of a funny spot here. Jeff is in Dave's 3A Rusty. They're trying to get around this rock and they get hung up a little bit. Eventually Jeff gets Rusty right over on this rock and you can see it has a split in it. He hits it and opens it up like a clamshell. This is just another view of Jeff and Rusty bumping into that rock.
Uh-oh, Rusty don't want to go. There we go, he's got it.
And here's how the other guys handled getting around there.
Africa.